You can start whatever you want now.
Oh, I thought we already started.
No, I got to clap in order for us to sync up the audio.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so first order of business, we gotta say congratulations.
You're right.
We gotta say congratulations to Johnny Depp. All right, he won this case. Cheers to that. I'm cheering to that.
Cheers to Johnny Depp, guys.
Johnny Depp. They couldn't catch him.
No one's gonna catch Captain Jack Sparrow.
Nope.
I'll tell you that much.
I just love how you just strong-armed the podcast for me. He's like, all right, down to business. TJ, shut the fuck up.
Let's go. Get right into action.
I was happy. I was happy for that, big time. Want to know why I was happy for that? Because
a dog stepped in our bee. Or bee stepped in our dog.
That was the most useless piece of information.
Like, what the
I barely
fuck,
give that court case any of my time. First off, I only look.
There's only key moments you have to pay attention to. Shitting on the bed is one of them.
I don't understand that. Doesn't she sleep on the bed?
Yeah,
apparently.
What level do you get? I'm a crazy person.
Apparently it was because Johnny Depp didn't show up for her birthday party or some shit like that.
Okay, but like
So she got mad and she pulled down pants, shit on the bed. Now the problem is you have to sleep on the bed. I'm just saying.
But he's Johnny Depp. He probably has 1,000 spare bedrooms. But also, I am a crazy human being. Okay, as a girlfriend, I'm horrifying. But I don't think that I would go to ever that point to shit human feces on somebody's fucking bed.
What other feces would you shit?
Yeah.
Would you pack your asshole like tobacco with dog shit and just fucking force it out?
For sure.
Yeah, right on.
That's less crazy.
But you have to think too that you have to take your brain out of the bathroom, bring it to the bedroom, squat on top of a bed, maintain balance, and like. You
the balance thing is actually the hardest part,
right? Because you got to think
you don't know how, like, you know what I mean.
He's a millionaire, so he probably has a bed that
very
it's probably Tempur-Pedic. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's
high tech, like one side.
So then she's gotta like. I mean, I don't know if she wants scrapage, but she's really gotta get the legs apart. That now, like, she's gotta put her hands on her knees.
Oh no, it's not that hard. I've shit in the woods before.
I guess I don't know. But
wait, hold on. Why did you shit in the woods?
Because I had to shit and I was camping.
What was this? What were you, 13?
If you say
Girl Scout?
You say fucking last month, I'm going to be really upset.
Yeah. Crazy now you have to switch in.
25, but I digress. Yeah. Anyway.
No free ads.
The inn that we sometimes visit.
But no, before we get topic here, she actually has to like maintain a proper squatting position while yet using her muscles to force out poop while standing on a Tempur-Pedic bed. Like, why wasn't that like why didn't they go like, Amber, did you shit in the bed? And then she's like, if she admits to it, the judge was like, I tried it myself.
Details. I want to know what transpired.
They asked Johnny. They were like Johnny, like I'm friends with him. They asked him, like, are you sure? Right now, are you sure it was human shit? And he's like, well, yeah, He takes him forever to get through a sentence. By the way, he's like, well, I have 2 Pomeranians. I can only assume that the size of the shit. He was trying everything in his power. And I'd be like, dude, she cut a log on the fucking bed, and I had to sleep on it. All right?
Yeah.
And he probably smells a lot like shit too. I look at Johnny Depp, and I don't think he smells like a very good.
No, he has to smell great.
You fucking take those words back. Johnny Depp is a fucking staple in this world.
He should smell good. I mean, he's sponsored by fucking Dior.
I think he
just because he sweats a lot. He's 60 years old,
like
man.
Is he 60?
He's got to be like
that
he's
old. Up there. Well, I feel like he's always had like the. That look that he doesn't shower like Matthew McConaughey, like there's his own shower.
Like a Robert Pattinson motherfucker.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson, another one looks like he's dirty.
Yeah, but still, I would like. I mean, dude, I would climb that man like a fucking tree. Holy shit.
Chelsea, let's not get on that topic. You'll climb on anything. Stay on topic.
That is fair. That's fair. I'm gonna give you. You know what? Cheers to that. There you go.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. They missed everything that happened 15 minutes ago.
Don't bring that up. She watches the show. So. That's all right.
Man.
Actually, how'd that happen? Are you like a fan of Johnny Depp's movies though?
I think I just see the
You think about like what he
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, you think about what he lost when you actually think about it, what he lost.
Entire franchise, man.
But he still has a shit ton of money.
I did play Kingdom Heart.
Yeah, he like
Johnny Depp was in Kingdom Heart.
Kingdom Heart?
Yeah, the game.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I never played it.
Yeah, but he like built that like, and it's crazy because like that entire character was like built like just. Like the way that he played
Jack
that
Sparrow?
character was insane. Like you know what I mean? Like he was the perfect person to play it, and like that entire series was really just built off of Johnny.
He was really good
as
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands.
But
he
that
also
was early stuff.
I mean, he's done a lot of like chocolates or chocolat.
It's chocolate.
Chocolate.
You're not from France.
It was
okay.
What was that?
Her batteries ran out.
That was very weird. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, I remember he was saying in an interview that they were saying that when he presented Jack Sparrow to the whatever movie, whatever it was, they were like, "Is he drunk? Like, what's wrong with him?" And then they were like, "He's going to tank this movie completely." And then lo and behold, look where they're at now with it.
Yeah.
So jokes on them.
That's the thing is that I don't know who got cast as a new person, but like,
is there a new Jack Sparrow?
I'm pretty sure there was.
I thought there was only 4.
Recast.
What, 4 Pirate movies?
there was
No,
4,
there was a shit ton.
Yeah, there was more than
They
that.
did.
I'm almost
I think,
positive they recasted somebody,
Huh?
but that's not going to go far. Like you can't
can't.
have. Yeah,
Can you bring him back now? Because he won the.
I don't think he's gonna work with Disney anymore.
dude. But the whole entire thing about that case is crazy to me. Is the fact that like she's trying to defame him. You know what I mean? Which you clearly can't, obviously there's all the proof. But if like he actually did it, then I'd be like, all right, like Amber
But
Heard.
what did he do? Like fight back after she hit him, or
Exactly,
or
that's
did
what I'm
he
saying.
just start
so
off
you
with the
can't,
abuse?
but he didn't start off with the abuse.
No.
It's exactly what's happening in the entire fucking trial. But like the thing is that like he lost all of this shit. Like he lost his movie roles. Like he lost all this stuff. He like lost a good
That's
name.
also like
you know what I mean?
the people's fault if you think about it.
But
you
at
go
the
into
same
cancel
time,
culture.
but at the
people
same
hear
time, you
it.
got to think of like a big corporation like hiring this guy and like having him as your movie star. Like they have to think like precautiously, and be like, which I don't even know if that's a fucking word, but you know what? If it is,
I think precautious.
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're good.
Well, we'll check it out.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like you kind of you didn't ruin his career, but like it just looks bad on him, and like that's just like I don't think he cares about the money at this point. Like I think he more or less
his
cares
image.
about the fact of his image.
That's why I think why there was a court case. He was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to get my name cleared because clearly people were out to get him.
Yeah.
Like they took his jobs, but then I mean, like the guy spends like what $40,000 every month on wine or some shit like that. Like if you look up his wine expenditures, it's insane. Like
How you even look that up?
I think it was so crazy that it became like an article, and then you can look up the article that it was. Like he spends a lot of money on these guys. Spend like what's his Nicolas Cage is like broke now, or he's doing any film to pay back the shit that he spent because I think he bought a fucking island in Louisiana. He bought like a tomb that he's not even dead yet, but he bought it. I don't know.
But is he broke or is he broke?
I don't know.
I'm broke.
We're all broke.
he could
I asked Jose to Venmo me yesterday. I'm broke.
Yeah,
Okay,
she did. I did get the call yesterday.
I don't think that Nicolas
get the
Cage is.
call.
I don't think Nicolas Cage is broke.
Well, it's
We
not
talked for 30 minutes about it too.
It's not.
it's like I paid too many bills, and you were like, "Stop doing so much."
It's not that he's broke. It's that like he still owes money on the things that he bought. So he's like,
So
you have to.
It's everyday American life.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly
Come
his.
to the
Man, but
fucking real
how
side,
you make
man.
so much money and then you blow it on stupid things like?
When you have that
you know
money,
what it is?
but the problem
Is that they
is
actually blow it
Oh yeah,
on
that's
stupid
for
fucking
sure.
things. Like cocaine. If anybody was listening, they'd understand that. But
I mean, they could. They see the nose reference. I would think they would know.
I forgot we were recording. Hey guys.
no free answers. If you,
Yeah. Come with that Modelo. Just go like this the whole show.
It's a great beer. No free ads. No free ads.
No, fuck that, man. God damn.
No, but I just think like I don't like when stars go into like bankruptcy and stuff like that. It's just like it's amazing to me because I'm like, you guys still have money, but it's like you owe money to the bank or like you owe money to
taxes. Remember, property tax is a big fucking thing. Like,
That's a huge.
I think the average superstar of sports athlete Oh, I can talk today. They legitimately go broke like 4 years after their career's over because they go ahead, they get the $13 million contract for 1 year, right? And they go ahead and they spend all this money, and the year's up, they get their money, and then they have to pay the taxes, they have to pay the insurance on the cars, and then all the shit they have to pay, they're going to collect. That's why these guys don't get any like training in school. I don't think they do any. I know they didn't used to. I don't know if they changed it now. Right. But that they have like courses on how to manage your money, and now the NCAA players can actually make money. What they should do is they should partner up with the nerds that would be managing their money, be friends with them in college.
We can say nerds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's certain things in the show you really can't say.
Nerds.
Yeah. They would in that bracket of that first letter, some words you can't say.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had Dave come on and he's dropping the N-bombs left and right, but he's also
Puerto Rican. I wouldn't be surprised with
Puerto
Dave.
Rican from the Bronx. Yeah, but
problem is too, they don't realize like, all right, you buy a house. Just because you buy a house, every year you gotta pay taxes on that.
Yeah.
Cars, you have to pay taxes on that every year. Now you buy $1 million stuff. That's a lot of taxes you gotta pay every year.
Yeah.
It might be 8.65, but you also take 1,000 to that. That's like
you still have to pay your accountant. You still pay like if you have a posse or if you have like a security guards or your agent, like you still have to pay them. So that's why these guys take the shittiest films. Like it's insane when you see like a guy like Bruce Willis who was
I think he's retiring though, right?
He had to retire. Yeah. I forgot what brain he had something going on like where he actually going to start like losing his ability to speak. He's going to start losing his you want another beer? Is that
I'll take another one. That's actually not that bad, honestly.
I told you, bro. Goose Island's.
It's not my beer. Is not my thing, but I do need a bottle.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is.
Let me see if he actually knows how to fucking do this.
What is what?
I've never been. You know what?
Why would you do it like a chopstick? What is that?
Yeah, fuck. You're Puerto Rican, not Asian, Jose. Jesus.
You would know.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Man, this podcast would know how many different ethnicities this girl been with. It'll go nuts.
What is this? Is this a Chelsea's the Hoe podcast?
God damn.
Hey, no, you live your best life.
Mm-hmm. Right now, she's currently sleeping with the enemy. That's all I'm gonna say.
With the enemy?
You know?
Is there Russians that you're?
Well, I'm German, so figure that out yourself.
Yeah. You guys definitely had beef at one point. At one point in history, you guys did not get along.
They also cooked them at one point too.
Damn.
You should talk to my Oma. She'll tell you a whole lot about.
Isn't this mic stand much better? So you don't have to really move your head closer to the mic. I actually put the mic in your face.
Yeah, but it was so much easier because I would just go like, I'm just kidding.
Right. This is Chelsea Mack, guys. Jesus. This is what I deal with on a daily basis.
I did tell TJ when he was like, I want to say on the podcast. What's that?
Move in a little bit because I think you're breaking into the. There you go.
I did tell TJ, I was like, just watch me and Jose be on this fucking podcast.
Well, I have hopefully Dave and my buddy Ernest come on Sunday, and that's going to be a shit show.
Yeah,
it's been pretty much the show's called "Hear Me Out" because we will get to the hard pressing topics soon. But
in the case may be,
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this because I know Dave doesn't watch the show. Anybody, if you're going to watch the next episode and Dave is on, make sure you get yourself a shit ton of beer or a bottle of something, and then drink every time this motherfucker says whatever the case may be. He doesn't use it properly.
Bro, he does say that a lot.
He doesn't use it properly. He places it in there like a comma.
Yeah.
And he legit like, you had a drink of water, whatever the case may be. I'm like, what other case would it be other than you just had a sip of water? What are you doing?
A case of Aquafina, apparently.
Dude, he's like legitimately, he's like anything. He's like, oh, so I saw this frame, whatever the case may be. I'm like,
what does that even mean?
I think he like saw like a white calendar with word of the day on it, and that was like a $10 word or phrase that he got that he decided to use
it for everything. Now.
Everything.
It's all right. Now I use it. Ever since you fucking told me the word cuck, I swear to God, I've used it.
Tell the story again on the third time in a row.
Actually, I don't think I heard this. Cuck.
I say it all the time now. TJ mentioned it to me.
Oh, you can't speak English?
You'd be
I heard
surprised.
I heard a cuck queen is what a woman is when they watch.
Don't start this.
Yeah, a cuck queen.
Oh, no.
So a cuckold is where a man watches a woman fuck. I'm sorry, a man watches another man bang his wife. Right.
Okay.
The actual definition is something like getting cheated on, but it's used more in the terms of that, like a fetish thing.
So it's basically, I'm letting somebody fuck my wife.
And you're watching pretty much.
I'm watching.
But that cuck queen
That is the thing.
yeah.
No, that's a big thing actually. A lot of
Yeah.
rich people like that.
There was something I was reading about how people who make a certain amount of money, like really rich people, they actually have like an agreement with their wife that like you can, if I'm traveling all the time, like these famous people or very wealthy people, when they're traveling all the time, that their wife is allowed to sleep with other people. They have to have like a trust thing where they have to let them know.
Damn, I want that.
You think it's like an Amber Heard situation? Like Amber Heard was like a cuck queen?
But she had money though.
No.
Johnny Depp was like a cuck.
'Cause I'm assuming the wife is broke.
Let this fucking cat out. This guy kills me.
That's what I'm assuming. I don't think your wife is making the money in the house. I'm just saying.
Why are you saying that?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be. That's whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it was a weird thing. That it was like a statistic where most rich people's like marriages last longer than the average marriage because of like whatever stipulation that comes with it. It's very, very odd. I don't know. Yeah. I gotta look up where I read that again and
so basically you can fuck the lawman, the postman.
I think
the trash man, whatever man that comes to the house.
The milkman.
I don't think they're banging. I don't think they're banging the milkman or the mailman because like if you're that no, but the thing is if you don't have to hide, why wouldn't you go for more prime beef? Why would you know what I'm saying? If you're hiding, then yeah, you fuck the mailman because he's not going to speak, right? Like he's like, oh shit, like this, I'm getting my milk on tap. But if you're allowed to do it, I would figure you would go for some sort of caliber guy.
No. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a black guy?
Is it Mario Manningham?
Oh. Yeah, we all seen that pic.
Thank God he doesn't listen to my show. Or any fucking...
Defamation.
Yeah.
I'm about to be next Amber Heard trial.
Yeah. If you're broke. They ain't taking nothing from you.
They're going to hurt you. They're going to hurt you.
Anyway, cut.
All they take is your merchandise. All your Modelo shirt.
Like, what are you going to bleed stone from a fucking rock? What did I just say? What? Bleed? What? That just came out of my mouth.
Stone from a rock. What the fuck does that even mean?
I know what you're saying. You're trying to say. I just want to know how much did you have to drink before you got here?
I actually be surprised. I actually only had 2 beers at about 2 p.m.
And sober you said,
"Is that really
stone
sober
from a rock?"
You know what it is? It's just that I'm having anxiety of the fact that Jose's fucking hair looks so terrible.
Yo, I know. Trust me. You
Diversion.
Hold on. Let me speak my piece. She did say we was not recording. She told me this yesterday. You lying sack of shit.
I didn't think we were.
You lying sack of shit. Now they
I
gonna
don't know,
see
man.
this fucking...
I'm not one of those. I don't fucking know.
I got like an afro in the front. I don't get it.
I'm not fucking.
But is this much better? This setup? Like it's much better. I think from what last time you were on, you were just sitting on my couch. And I was in the corner with a chair, like the Blair Witch Project, just staring at you, talking about whatever.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, either way, I still look horrible, so it doesn't really matter, to be
okay,
honest.
well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me and my future.
Yes. No, it looks great.
And now I'm vilified.
TJ,
Thank you.
It's awesome. We can all see your movie collection.
Yeah.
And the midgets that are up there.
Midgets.
Wow, that's a offensive word too.
It is.
I don't know if you can still say that anymore.
Sorry, little people.
Yes.
No, I'll tell you what. I know why. Want to know why it's not a offensive word? What? It's not an offensive word because you can still say it, and then someone can just correct you. There's other words.
So you're gonna fucking sit here and tell me that I can't say that the guy that played in fucking
Nope,
Game of
that's it.
Danny,
No,
fucking Dinklage. I can't be like that guy's a midget.
stop the clip.
Yeah, well, Peter Dinklage, he's a. But would you
Did I
want to
say
be?
Danny Dinklage?
No,
Hey,
did you say-
I
did you
He
say-
looks more like a
yeah,
Danny, but you know what it is? Because
Danny-
I've slept
fuck.
with a Danny. He was small. You know what I mean? So
would you
Just
really-
with it, Danny, too.
connotation, yeah.
Would you want to be called was it a little person or a tiny person? Little person, right? Little person.
Little
I mean,
people.
I feel
Little
like
people.
tiny's more
Why would you want to be
offensive,
called a
but-
little people?
I don't know. They are little.
But I
Yeah,
think
I know, but why
midgets-
would you want that over like I don't even know where the terminology came from, the original terminology came from,
Right.
but like little people's not a better like a replacement for the word.
I mean,
But hear me
less
out.
of-
Hear me out.
they're
Hear me
people.
out. Name of your podcast.
Well played. And that is a free ad. Go ahead.
Okay.
all right, go.
I'd rather be called a midget if I was a midget because it's like so fucking cute. But like a little person, like that's just like, you know,
It's- I
like
feel like
you're
it's
a little
belittling. It's like
person.
belittling.
Yeah, like a belittle person. You know what I mean? But I'd
belittle
rather,
person.
I'd rather be called
Just going with the puns.
a
today,
little
huh?
midget because it's cute. It's like I'm a
know.
little midget.
I'm not a midget. You can't. I'm not saying it's offensive to me. I'm 5'11".
Listen,
I
half-
think
75% of the people that apparently slept with are midgets, and you know what? I call them that all the time.
Yeah, I hang out with
Wait.
one on Monday.
don't move past that. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, she definitely got a thing for short men. What? I ain't never. I've rarely seen her with a tall man. They're all short. I think she just like to dominate them.
That's not true.
Have you seen the movie? You ever seen the movie Willow?
No.
Okay, watch that.
This is what you like.
Isn't it a tall
Watch
girl
it.
with a midget?
No, it's there's a lot of
Or sorry, little person.
No,
yeah.
no people.
Probably should get away from saying the word just in case we are wrong. And
Okay,
all of a sudden
yeah.
now I have to because when you guys leave and enjoy your lives and I post this online, I'm the one who gets the comments and I got to answer. I don't read them often anymore. So, but anyway, point is.
I'm going to lose my job. But anyway, go ahead.
True. I know you tell.
I'm a plumber. I ain't losing shit.
They expect you.
Actually, wait, I'm a sales rep. Who fucking do it? They'd be like, that's
this
funny.
is PG-13 compared to what we talk about.
Oh
in the
my
shade.
god, yeah.
Oh man.
When I used to
a
do
whole bunch of men in one room talking about everything. Yeah, come on. They're throwing that bomb, this bomb, that bomb.
I'll tell you when I did masonry work, and you just kind of I'm a young kid, so I was just kind of just not really saying anything, just listening to people talk. I'm like, what the? You guys are ballsy for saying all this, and then I'm thinking to myself like, wait, they don't care because they're all talking to each other about it. Yeah, like
they don't leave the shanty.
Yeah,
What stays in
yeah.
the shanty stays in the shanty. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happened in the shanty stays in the shanty. Unless, sometimes on the job site you forget about it. Everybody talking about the same thing.
My job's trying so hard, especially the fact that I'm actually friends with or friendly with the HR people.
Yeah.
That like when they listen to me and my buddy Kenny talk, they're like they kind of go like, well, we have to go. We can't hear that, so they politely get up and walk away.
That's a good thing. Like I don't have to. There's no HR for me. You know what I mean?
Nah,
There's barely
no.
women on the job. I think I seen two, about three maybe tops on the job site.
It's not really a woman.
Most of them are dykes. They're like men anyway.
Yeah, that's
You
usually
know what?
the.
Fuck that. I'm going to become a plumber now.
You look like one. You look like a dyke. Come on, please. Look at your outfit.
Now is that offensive?
What?
Thank you.
Maybe.
Do you find that? Are you offended by that?
Absolutely not.
She's used to this.
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me? I get called a lesbian. You know what? You know what people text me? Like on my like my accounts will
You
text
get
me.
hit on by girls too.
Oh, all
If
the
you're
fucking
able
time.
to open up the floodgates to now be with girls, could you do that?
No.
No.
I'm scared of vaginas.
But I feel like you have so much opportunity because what you're pulling in on the male side is one thing, but you could probably pull in some nice things on the girl side. And then almost like any place you go to, you have a full
Oh,
menu.
no. Me and Jose talked about this yesterday. The reason I
Really?
pull in on the male side is because I'm easy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely easy. Oh yeah.
What's funny is that Kerwin listens to this podcast. But anyway, so,
I forgot.
but anyway,
It's Mr. Mac.
but yeah.
Cheers to Mr. Mac.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But the girl side is more like I get hit on, I think, more by girls because of my deep voice and my horrible personality. So like,
So basically a dyke.
yeah, exactly. So that's easier, but I'm also scared of vaginas.
What, was it going to bite you?
No, but
she did explain this one time. I don't know. She was drunk one night and she said it's like a ship coming at her and she's afraid of it.
Wait.
It's like the fucking Titanic and then like on the iceberg. You know what I mean?
I guess.
No. I have no idea what you're talking about.
As two straight men, we don't get what you're talking
about. Okay. I don't.
Scared is in what way? And closer to the mic.
I don't think that they're like I couldn't like it doesn't attract
you
me.
don't have to talk like this to get your point across.
What are you, Sling Blade?
That's what she was just doing.
Anyway, period. No, I don't think that like I just in my mind like I don't think it's like attractive to me. Like I don't look at a girl and I'm like, oh, she's fucking hot. Like I'll say like, oh, like she's pretty. Like if she's an attractive girl, I'm like, well, like it's like any guy too. Like like, oh, that's a decent looking dude. You know what I mean? Like, all right, cool.
I get that.
But like I don't find any sexual attraction to it.
Because you're straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate because if I was a lesbian,
forget about it.
I would fucking kill the pussy game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you would.
I would eat.
Look,
I would
give you
munch
that. You
all
would
of
kill
the
it.
I would fucking. I'd be the Ellen DeGeneres of fucking Middletown, New York.
But she's like, Ellen,
I don't think you want that.
Ellen's a little dainty
we
though.
met the girls in Middletown. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna sleep with some, but like at the same time, like I'm not. But like at the same time, like it's just like it's very natural and it's easy for me because like I'm such a good talker and I'm such a good like manipulator that I think that like that's an easy thing for me, but that's also a part of my job where like that's my constant like
the sales aspect of what you got.
You know what I mean?
On.
But that's with anybody, but with girls in particular, like everybody thinks I'm a lesbian because of my deep voice, my horrible personality, like I said.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of girls with high voices and horrible personalities, so you're not like marketing that, corner marketing that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
It's a jawbone. But I also like I act more like masculine. You know what I mean?
You have all brothers. You don't have a sister, right?
No, I don't have a sister.
Yeah, you have all brothers.
I watch sport. Like I would rather grab a beer and sit here and do a podcast and shit like that than like
get her nails done.
Yeah, exactly. Like
when was the last time you even got your nails done?
Homie, I don't fucking know.
See, look
for Corinne's wedding maybe, and that was by myself. Yeah. By getting my nails done. Like I did it by painting myself.
There you go. I hope I just got a phone call. I hope that didn't mess up the feed here. Be pretty pissed. But anyway, yeah, because Dave likes to call me whenever because he's probably following up with what's going on Sunday.
Yo, what's up?
Whatever the case may be.
Yeah, whatever the case may be.
All right, so you want to get serious?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I mean, it'll be serious, but I know we're going to say some stupid shit. All right, I'm ready.
So we recently had the conversation about the whole shooting thing.
The guns.
So where do you stand on the most recent one that was in the hospital?
What was it, 5? Right, 5 killed?
I was 5 now? I thought it was 4.
I think it was 5. Because the shooter was killed too.
Actually didn't read too much up on this, so if you could educate me.
When they explained what happened very vaguely because it just happened, so they don't really kind of go breaking it down just yet. But what I did hear was that apparently there was a disgruntled patient that went back to shoot the doctor that messed up his back or something like that. And he ended up like shooting more people along the way. Now, is that true? I have no idea because I read about it.
It's new. It's a new story.
Yeah, so I heard about it, when I say last night. So all the information to be divulged today would be whatever hearsay, I think. I don't know if it'd be true. But then you get more and more of like what happened recently in Texas. More of that story is unraveling this week as well.
I think my personal opinion on it is that like, and don't get me wrong, like I do love this country, because I went to the Navy for a week and a half, but that was a joke, by the way.
No, I know.
Yeah,
no, keep talking. Actually,
don't.
You did
myself,
go.
Yeah, but it's okay. So like, I think that like, I don't believe that people should be able to own automatic weapons. I think that's horrible. You know what I mean? And I think that don't get me wrong. Like I agree with the fact that like, should be able to have like a pistol permit. Okay. Should you be able to hunt? Sure. But like automatic weapons are something that who the fuck, like you're shooting up schools, man. Like you're doing all this stuff. And like, I think that a lot of people like point on like mental health issues and stuff like that. But like people don't realize that like mental health is like, that's more hard to fix. Because you got to think about, like, a lot of people in this country that have mental health issues, they can't afford to even get the fucking doctors and psychiatrists and therapists.
There's really? A lot, yeah, because nowadays you could get a therapist on the phone.
Yeah, but what quality of therapist are you getting?
But you're talking about medications.
True. But at least it's something.
But it's not even just about therapy. For the people that are like literally going up to shoot up schools, those are people that need psychology. Do you know like how much that costs? That would be. I have health insurance. That would be $300 out of my pocket.
Just $3? I thought it would be more, honestly.
But you got to think about the people that are actually doing this, that grew up in like homes that they were beaten, they were abused, and this is this. Maybe they have a job at fucking McDonald's, they have all this stuff. They don't have access to that stuff. And that also goes into another fucking snowball of like, you know, healthcare in the United States, which I'm not going to fucking get into because it's a whole joke as well. But still, at the same time, is like I don't think that you should take away having guns, but I think you should take it away to an extent. Like, you should not be able to buy an automatic fucking weapon in the United States of America. You think about countries like Norway, Sweden, okay? None of their police officers even are fucking armed. None of them.
But you're also like going into the aspect of that people from Norway and Sweden are typically from Norway and Sweden. So like it's their love for their land's a lot different from what we have here. Yeah. We have I believe that this country's got so many different people here that we don't actually have like real land where we can say, well, we were born and raised for generations in this country. We all migrated here. So it's when you talk people like from England, Ireland, Russia, they have like a pride because their family roots go all the way back for like generations. So they take pride in it. That's why they soccer is so huge, and because the people this is what we did when I was growing up, my parents growing up, my grandparents growing up. Like, you know, we represented our country. Really, I can date back my family to the early 1900s. I don't think we go any further back than that. So when you're talking about like, think of your country like a small community. If everyone was born and raised in where I live in Chester, right? Everyone went to the schools here, everyone went to church here, everyone went to the same shop right here. You're less inclined to find violence or real issues here because everyone knows who you are. The police were born and raised in here. They became police officers here. Like, I feel like that would alleviate a lot of the issue.
I don't know if that really would make a difference.
Well, I think a lot of the issues too when the police, when people become like NYPD, but they live up here, they don't know the community down there, so they're going to get a job in a place where no one knows who you are, so they don't trust you. But if you were a cop in Middletown, or if you were born and raised in Middletown, went to a school system in Middletown, and then became a police officer in Middletown, you would know who this person is, this person is, this person is. Like,
I think honestly that would probably stop more police violence.
No, I'm using it as an example.
But that's also that's also a fucking thing. Like, in the sense that, like, you know, like even like police fucking violence. Like, all right, you guys require these guys to fucking carry an armed weapon.
Man, I don't even.
And you're like, you know what? Let me get an associate's degree. It makes no goddamn sense.
You know what don't make no sense? I'm a plumber. I gotta do 5 years of school to become a plumber. Why did it take 6 months to become a police officer?
It doesn't take 6 months. It takes 90 credits, how long that takes you to do.
No, it takes 2 years of associates. 2 years of college. And then you have to do a police program, which takes 6 months.
Yeah, it's 6 months.
Okay, well, still 2 years of college, though.
Okay,
so
but
you're in charge of somebody's life.
You could probably take English, math, history, science.
No, I understand.
And then maybe
I'm assuming if you're going to become a police officer, you would take criminal law at some point in the 2 years.
Yeah,
but what does criminal law teach you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never took it, but I'm saying I'm thinking.
A lawyer gotta go at least what 8 years?
Okay. Think about a doctor.
Because they gotta learn all the laws,
right?
You know, all the rules, all the regulation, right? A police officer has to enforce everything.
I don't want to derail the whole topic.
We are derailing.
Yeah.
But okay, my stance on guns, I'm like, nobody wants to get rid of their guns. Handguns are actually worse than an assault rifle.
You can
easily carry a handgun.
Yeah,
because you got the concealed carry permit, or
sure.
you can show it.
And honestly, when they have like the guns that require you to have like a certain clip that carries you can't drop your clip. There's like a little latch or lever or tool you can buy.
There's certain rules when buying AR too. Like you can't have certain amount of ammo. Certain ammos you can't buy.
Yeah.
Certain clip size you can't buy.
Live in South Carolina. Live in Georgia.
Now, look, what you said. Different states have different rules with guns.
But that shouldn't be a fucking thing. It literally should not be a fucking thing. It should be a countrywide fucking thing. And that's what pisses me the fuck off.
Well, you got country like Norway. Norway's small, all right? They're not as big
But
it doesn't matter, dude.
No, I know what you're saying.
People are so fucking gung-ho about the fact that there's a fucking document that was written 500 fucking years ago, and they're like, oh my god. They're like, oh, here it is. Like, oh yeah, we're able to have fucking guns and stuff like that. And then, you know, all these fucking right-wing people are like, let's talk about the sanctity of life. Oh, let's talk about it. Like, you know, let's save all these fucking babies and shit like that and stuff like that. What, so they can grow up to fucking go to school and get fucking murdered?
Yeah, but hold on.
Makes no goddamn fucking sense to me.
To come at that approach, I was like, why even have a kid if, you know, they're going to get into a car accident, drunk drivers are going to hit us, and they abolish alcohol. Then you start go like, then why would I have a kid if he's going to eventually smoke cigarettes?
That shouldn't have been going on for a long time.
This was 233 shootings have happened to date right now since the beginning of January. So I understand what your point is. I don't. My brain, I don't really see a need for an AR-15.
Yeah.
But I don't see a need for why someone shouldn't be able to have one. But the thing is, you should jump through hoops then. If you have to jump through hoops,
you should jump through hoops.
If you have to jump through hoops to have an abortion, you should jump through hoops to get an AR-15.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Listen, exactly. And I posted.
Bro, the kid was 18. He just turned 18. Was able to buy 2 ARs. How old 18-year-old?
How is it?
Wait, hold on. He can't even buy alcohol yet, but he could buy 2 guns.
Exactly. That kid could literally go to war.
Right.
Sign up for the fucking military, go to war, but he's able to not buy alcohol. Okay, but he can literally get a gun and fucking go to.
You can't buy
go
cigarettes too, right? Cigarettes, you got.
No, you got to be 21 now.
Yeah, too.
21.
I think in New York at least.
No, I think it's still 18.
No. I know for a fact in New York you can't buy. Actually, I don't know for a fact,
but whatever the case may be, like that's just unacceptable in my fucking mind.
See,
whatever the case may be.
Shout out to Dave. She used it correctly.
No free ads. Thank you. Cheers.
Shout out to that guy.
Like I just, you know what it is that I grew up in a very, you know, my family was from the Bronx. I grew up in a very like liberal family and stuff like that, and like I think that just for me is that like it's sad to see these fucking parents like have to go through this shit, because I was in college at the time that Newtown happened.
Newtown?
Sandy Hook.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like,
wait, hold on. What's Newtown?
Newtown, Connecticut. That's where it happened.
And Sandy Hook is
It's Sandy Hook, Connecticut, but it's like, yeah, it's Newtown, Connecticut.
Okay,
yeah.
That's where you threw me off. I thought I knew this. And I was like, wait,
I
Newtown.
know we were talking about this the other day, and she didn't say.
But at the same time, it's like it's one of those things where like you think about it, and you're just like, dude, like this all could have just been fucking prevented. Like if there was just like even more security guards, whatever, this, and this. But like you can't
say that though.
You say that, but it's
been prevented.
It's just like other countries look at us as a fucking joke, and that's the thing, is that we literally live on the most embarrassing fucking country on the planet.
But I will tell you this much: other countries do look at it as a joke, sure, but other countries are not better off than what we're at.
No, hell no.
Well, think of any other country. Think of things they don't have that we do, and the things that we have that they don't. They more or less. A lot of people do come to this country other than their own. Yeah. That's why they're all here. That's why we're having these issues, is because we have so many people here that we can't figure out the perfect formula to accommodate everybody. And everyone should want to come to America. Everyone should be free in America. Everyone should be happy in America. But you have to understand, when you bring, you know, your religion or you know, even how white race is even a thing, but you come here as like a person of color, you're going to run into somebody who doesn't like you.
Course.
That's going to happen. That's why racism in other countries is so much. Like, think about in Canada. People brag about Canada. Racism in Canada is pretty bad. Yes, they have free healthcare. They have a lot of good things going on. Everyone's fucking, you know, like jerking off mooses and shit. But they still have a very bad.
Jerking off mooses. Never heard of that. Okay.
Mises, is it plural?
Why in your mind do you think? Like, do you think this is the best country in the world?
No.
I don't think it's the best.
Best country in the world?
It's up there. Definitely up there.
I would say at least top 5 up there.
You try to survive in Ecuador or Brazil.
But you're naming.
Or you go DR where, you know, they don't got nothing.
Well, because if you are, so you want to talk about like.
You go to DR with $100 and you're the richest person there.
But yeah, if you go to DR though, if you're also a woman, you're not getting the same respect as you are in America.
Oh yeah, of course. You know,
a lot of those Spanish countries don't respect women the way that America allegedly respects women here. But all right, so like, what countries would you say are better than this one?
Honestly, I'd even put, and I hate Canada, I'd put fucking Canada up there.
I don't know.
But Canada's a really
anything in the Netherlands.
They have their issue. Canada, hold on. remember too, Canada was taken over by colonizers as well. Like there's no like Canadian that's like dates back to like whatever. They all,
they're part of Native American.
Yeah, even Mexico.
Yeah.
Is Spanish and Native American.
Yeah, I think California used to be part of Mexico, right?
Somewhere, I don't know. But the thing is, like, I don't know. I don't know that. But Canada's probably got their own issues. I just said before, the racism thing, I was reading an article about the racism in Canada is really bad because predominantly it's French owned, or a portion of it is French owned. And a lot of it is got to do with a lot of the white people there. And they have like a whole issue with, dude, I'm watching even fucking hockey. Like the issues that you see of even NASCAR. I mean, NASCAR's not big in Canada. I'm getting off the topic of that, but like you got a black guy in the South or a black guy in Canada playing hockey. There is some shit that gets thrown. Well, I think Subban had a banana thrown at him, and he's a black Canadian. Black Canadian. He's he was in Montreal for a while. So yeah, they threw bananas at him. But that's not going to. That shouldn't diminish the whole country. But my point is, there. So then, other than Canada, what else you got? Like, what other place would be better?
I mean, any place in the Netherlands. Like, I mean, what is it? Like, I think it's like Denmark or like Sweden's like the happiest country in the world.
Okay, so now give me another country that has the diversity in race and religion.
The size of America. That's what you got to think
you're
about,
hard
too.
pressed to find.
I should be surprised. Germany.
Germany has a really big issue with racism. Huge, because what happened with Germany back in World War II, when they had to go fix the country after all the bombings and all the war that went on in there, that they actually got I forgot what people. I sounded good up until I actually had to remember the names of the people that they brought over. But they brought people over to fix the country, and then they started to like settle in there. They're like, get the fuck out. You're here to rebuild. You're not here to live. And now they treat those people like
Ireland, England.
But you also too, you're also talking about countries that don't have the same diversity as this country does.
But that's totally off the topic.
No.
I'm thinking about the size of a country. You guys, like what's another country that almost as big as America? You got China. Tell me something great about China.
I want to talk about those motherfuckers.
You got Russia. That's another big country. Tell me what.
Dude, we're getting so off the fucking topic.
Well, I'm saying
we'll get back.
We're saying there's like other countries that, you know what, America ain't as bad as people make it seem. It's just because we have the news, we watch the news and things going on. Yes, there's a lot of mass shooting and stuff like that. But like he said, we got so many people living in this country that we don't know what to do all the time. But I think our main issue is we be fighting for the wrong things. Why are we fighting for abortion? Why do we care about abortion? Like, I don't care if a woman wants to keep the kid or not.
Why no? Why you can't?
But why don't we care about shooting when there's actually more, live mass shooting, live mass killing?
We fight about abortion and we fight about gun control because we can't figure out global warming. So we define something else.
We still trying to figure out if that's real or not, right?
But like at the same time, it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's manageable, but also unmanageable at the same time.
That's what it is.
But it's just people won't take the fucking step to do it. And like people, and like the thing that I sent you the other day, prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
This
guy was at the NRA like conference, whatever. It was a big what was it? It was like it was
an NRA conference, and he was talking about this.
But he was like
one dude that like I don't know if he like
that.
owns it or whatever it was. But he's just like, this guy like he's like he always just gives his thoughts and prayers. And that's the thing is that like we won't take the step to fucking actually make a difference.
What you're saying? He was saying that the way this gun problem would stop is if we gave our thoughts and prayers, that we would think more and pray more, that we would stop shooting people. That's what that guy was ultimately getting at.
But that's what people do. And you know what's funny is that because I watched that YouTube video that you sent me as well.
Anthony Jeselnik.
But it's absolutely true is that like who the fuck, and like he was like I always try to make a joke out of it, but like who the fuck, like what are the victims doing on Twitter?
So
they're not.
To give context on what she's talking about, so I sent her, when she said thoughts and prayers, my brain went to Anthony Jeselnik, who likes to troll people on Twitter. So every time there's like a catastrophe in the United States, he would go on Twitter and make a joke about it because the people that are on Twitter tweeting about it.
Oh yeah, the Twitter fingers.
Yeah, the what?
Twitter fingers.
Yeah,
everybody got Twitter fingers.
Those people, the ones that are on Twitter and the ones that are dealing with it are not on Twitter. So he wants to piss off the people who are on Twitter, and I don't want to tell.
Oh, because they like to pretend like they're making a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what he was making. He's like, I'm insulting the fact that I made a joke that you read and feel insulted by is the reason why I made that joke is because the people who are actually impacted by this are not reading Twitter at this moment.
That's absolutely true. Like, but that's the thing is that like people are so like fucking hell bent on being like, you know what, like, oh my god, I get my condolences and this and this. But like at the same time is that you don't make a fucking difference and you're not doing anything to fucking change it. Like the only people who can change it are the fucking higher ups. And guess what? They're not doing anything.
Well, they don't ever change, really. Well, the only thing that really changed, your president, your Congress don't really change. We're going to bury our fucking heads and be like, yeah, this happened, you know, thoughts and prayers. I'm so sorry for this fucking family and stuff like that. And then they're going to continue to let that fucking 18-year-old in South Carolina buy that AR-15.
What they should do, honestly, but the thing is like this. People will always find a way to kill people, regardless if you give gun control, if you regulate, like, because like, I'm not going to lie, like.
Just think about it. Like in New York City, you're not supposed to have a gun in New York City, yet they're shooting in New York City.
They took two guys.
Think about it. So if you want to kill somebody,
two people took a pressure cooker and blew up a marathon.
Yes.
And that thing is meant for cooking. So they found a way that they were able to create a bomb out of household objects. I'm not saying that, we should just be like, you know what, it happens, it happens. That's not what I'm saying.
They're working on trying to like lock down ghost guns because that's a big issue.
It's hard to do that because
there's a lot, people don't realize that's a big thing. Like a lot of people do have ghost guns. Because you can, you get a 3D printer, you get the model, you make it, and you got a gun.
Wait, what's a ghost gun?
Ghost guns are unregistered guns.
Okay,
so somebody could buy parts from, let's say, a different country, or they can make the parts themselves, build it, and that's a ghost gun. It's not registered because there's no imprint on it. Because every gun you buy
has a serial number on it.
Serial number. Like, you have to know about it. So ghost guns are also an issue that people can have guns. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could probably go and try to stop people from getting guns. They're going to find a way to get a gun.
So if you even increase...
Whether it's registered or not.
If you increase the age limit, let's say, right? Say you go like, all right, you can't buy a gun until you're 22 years old or 21 years old.
25, man.
Okay, even 25.
The only reason I said that... Sorry going off topic. It was like, at 25, you could freaking rent a car with no problem.
Right.
So why can't, you know what I'm saying? At 25, you should be able to
it's a valid point, but also too, I could rent the car because I'm 32. You're 21. I'll let you drive my car. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, even if you,
I'm sticking with that number for the rest of my life now.
People always find ways to do stupid shit. You make a law. And then they find the gray area in it, and then they exploit it, and then they go, "Why can we fix the problem?" Because the people are fucking with the laws here.
Oh, so yeah. There's always a loop around.
I don't agree an 18-year-old should buy an AR-15. I don't know if I totally agree with, especially the 18-year-olds I've met. To give them a spoon would be like, oh, okay, I don't know.
Do your laundry.
Yeah. But then again, you got to think too. Like, if you are buying an AR-15. They should get to create jobs in America. Do this: get a guy who goes to your house and inspects the house of where you're going to stash these weapons, who's in the house, what medical records there are, and then figure out like, okay,
isn't that a thing though?
I don't know
because I know when you buy guns, you can't have your gun and your ammo together.
Right,
that's the thing.
That's different though. Yeah. But I'm saying like if you are going to buy an AR-15, right? It should be just like if I was to go to a library and get a book on how to create bombs or anything like that. The book gets flagged. My name gets attached to the book.
Yes.
So if you buy an AR-15 are you eyeing down another one or?
Oh, no, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, okay. If you were going to buy AR-15, then what should happen is there should be just like when it comes to pistols, the thorough. Like you get the signatures from witnesses vouching for who you are, and you should jump through hoops to get it then, because there are military men, especially military men that I know that enjoy shooting weapons. They enjoy having guns, and they should not be told they can't.
Regular people that like enjoy guns.
Then you go ahead and say, okay, why don't we take one of those?
Jump through hoops? How though?
Okay, mental check. Just like if you were to become like in the military, what did you have to do? You went through 1,000 goddamn things, between the physical.
Oh yeah, no. For me to go into the military, all right, let me go through that fucking process. And actually, I'm not gonna exploit the fucking military right now. But it was pretty much this.
Some. It's easy to exploit them. I'm not gonna lie to you. But go on. Yeah,
check off this, and this. Oh, don't tell them about that.
Right. That's the recruiter.
So
that's
here's the
thing.
fucking thing: is that you can't, and that's the fucking truth, is that you can't fix fucking mental health in this country. And I'll say it again: you really can't, because people go through fucking episodes, and they absolutely will. People who actually have a severe fucking mental problem, they will. They'll take medication and they go off of it. They'll take it again. They'll go off of it. And I know people like that. Trust me, I do. There's people with bipolar.
Right, but that's what I just said a second ago.
With anything. But like what I'm saying is that like you can't just be like, oh, this guy's fucking checks out. Let me give him this fucking pistol fucking.
But that's
permit.
Because the person took the rules that was a set in place and went around them. Because what you just said, check this. Oh, don't tell him about that.
I'm about to get exploited by the U.S. government. So, R.I.P. guys.
I have
this is her last episode. That's it.
I have a loved one that got totally destroyed by the military, and they legitimately fuck with you, and then they pretty much say. But the thing is, the rules are set there, so that the people who are not going through with those rules, they're the ones who are fucking with you. So, like you, just by saying that a second ago, is exactly my point when it comes to gun control. I can make more laws and make you go through hoops. Someone somewhere is going to find a way to get like their, and they're going to agree to do it, and then they're going to fucking give you the gun anyway. So.
Yes, but at least there would be fucking less of it. There wouldn't be 288
Look, man, rules
fucking
are meant to be broken. People are going to go around.
288 mass fucking shootings in this fucking country if somebody would just make a goddamn difference and be like, you know what? Instead of fucking trying to fucking chill out abortion laws and doing all the other fucking shit, let's fucking actually make a fucking impact and be like, hey, those kids in Newtown fucking matter. The kids in Texas matter.
Well, the problem is everything only matters for the moment.
Imagine being a parent.
I know. They matter for the lifetime. I'm saying for us, it only matters for the moment.
It matters for the money too. Don't forget. So when you rob a bank, right, or attempt to rob a bank, what are you getting? You're getting SWAT. You're getting. There's already an armed guard there for the most part, right? Yes. There's protocols into locking you in the building if you try to leave with the money. Mm-hmm. There's buttons everywhere that call the police. You show up to a school, the kids got a call for the most part. Yeah. They're like recent events. One of the girls was calling the police, called the police, was explaining what was going on, and that whole shit. If you rob a bank, you have a better chance of shooting up a school than robbing a bank at this point.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part. Agree. And the reason why I say that, because there's money at that bank. Just like anything else with money. So why is it that when we have a...
what is... Okay, so wait, I'm so confused right now, because what does having to shoot up a school have to do with money?
The thing is, there's no money.
They're going to act faster when it comes to money than it comes to people's life.
These laws are more invested in saving a buck. They are saving a life.
And there's the problem.
That's the T. That's a T.
That's a T.
That's a T.
Ting, ting, ting.
That's the T. That's what we say when
the T.
Yeah.
We haven't tapped our glass together yet.
But now, why is it whenever there's like insurance claims? The person investigating the thing is on point, on your ass, every fucking second, looking for every piece of documentation. That's the other thing. When it comes to owning a gun, if you're 18 and your background checks out, you're good. So it's not the law that necessarily is the problem. It's the people's follow-up, I think, is the issue. So if I'm somebody who owns two AR-15s, I should expect that I would have occasional audits on where they are, who's living in my place, and that should alleviate any issues that, at least some of them, where it's just like anything else, like a conditional license. Like if you get pulled over, like you need to have the conditional license, right? Mm-hmm. So like you need to make sure I have this conditional license on me at all times.
Wait, not if you get pulled over. If you get like a DUI.
Well, I'm saying if you have a conditional license for whatever reason it might be, you want to make sure you have that license on your time. So you're in your brain, you're like, I need to make sure I have all this set in place. Yeah. So if I do get audited, which might happen, just like if I'm driving and I might get pulled over for whatever reason, I have all the shit in a row. I don't think there's that much checkup after someone buys an AR-15.
No, I don't think so.
Why not go to the house and have a professional check the weapon and make sure that everything is regulation, that you don't have these clips that are out of law? Because really,
see, the problem with that though, nobody wants to welcome somebody into their house and inspect their house.
But then you can't buy one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just like if I were to buy a dog, I have to talk to the breeder about what living environment it's going to be in, or they're not going to sell me the dog.
But you can also bullshit, lie, say make a great.
But that's a rule that I'm now going around to. So rules was set that the breeder or the gun owner had, and I'm lying, which is my fucking problem. So now the repercussion should be that someone come and do the audit or something like that. But that's just me just thinking out loud. Yeah. I don't know how probable that is, but it is a progressive way to say you can still have your cake, and then we're gonna have our slice too.
Yeah.
So they can make all these fucking rules about every other goddamn thing, but no gun. You know what? Let that kid in Georgia buy a fucking AR. The problem is
like you thinking like, oh, we're gonna set rules. It's gonna fix the problem.
You know, what scarred me for fucking life? One time I was 10, I went to Georgia, right? Because my aunt lives there.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
Thank you. Exactly.
Like peaches?
Anyway, so I got my peaches out in Georgia.
Yeah, you did, girl. Yeah, you did.
Helly Bolden's pussy. Anyway, so.
Okay.
So
she went there.
I go to Georgia. I'll never forget. I walked into like my aunt was like, "Let's go to like a gun shooting range or whatever the fuck it is." It's like a store, and in the back there's like a gun shooting range. There was a legitimate fucking Gatling gun for sale. How the fuck? In the entire, that's a military grade fucking weapon.
Right.
Well, you're talking about like a light machine gun.
Yeah.
That's
how does that? But how is that in your mind?
That's hard to buy.
Do they have modernized Gatling guns?
Yeah,
I don't know. I was 10 years old, but I was just like, this is. I just remember like.
You sure you didn't see an AK-47 and thought it was a Gatling gun?
It was a Gatling gun.
I don't know. You were 10 years old.
It was Georgia.
You might have had a couple drinks. I don't know.
I was at 10 I was getting hammered.
The rule.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, the rule is 21, but her dad could have gave her a sip of the beer.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I saw that, and I don't know. Like maybe you know, maybe it was on display.
I'm Puerto Rican, man. You think I was drinking at? You think I was drinking at 21?
And I fucking read it wrong or whatever the fuck it was. But still, at the same time as that, I was just like, there's a legitimate Gatling gun in this fucking store. Like people think about that, and they're like, oh, I fucking want this for my collectibles.
Hey, man.
What the fuck do you want for your fucking collectibles?
Hey,
Who needs a goddamn machine gun?
Just in case the zombie apocalypse ever happened. I'm just saying. I got a guy that I know, and I'm going to his house. Why? He got gun galore. And I know I'm going to be safe just in case that zombie apocalypse happens.
Yeah,
all I got to do is like, yo.
That's
you know where I'm going?
That's
Norway.
That's quite the stretch. No, okay, first things first,
saying,
Norway wouldn't let you
people
in.
Think about that, though. People think about, like, protecting themselves, having these things just in case shit hits the fan. That's why there was that show. I can't remember the name now. But people had all these safety bunkers and stuff. I can't remember the fucking name of the show now.
It was Criminal Minds. No.
No, but
I thought you had to say some real shit.
I was Walking Dead.
Basically, they went to people's house and people had all these setups to protect themselves just in case the end of the world. So that means
that's
they
craziness.
Had bunkers,
that's
they
craziness.
Had guns, stuff like that. But that's because people think like that too. Like, oh, let me have this just in case. You never know, shit hit the fan.
So you're like, let me buy a Gatling gun. That'll keep us safe.
Somebody probably like, hey, let me get a Gatling gun.
I literally hate this fuck. I'm sorry. Like, I'm such a fucking anti. Like,
you're very anti-gun. Even though guns, no offense, they're fun to shoot. I have shot a couple.
But trust me, I have too. I grew up in Menacing Valley, New York. I get it, but also at the same time, is that like,
wait, so you have guns? What guns do you? Oh, don't tell me what guns.
Fucking no, I don't have. I don't own
I thought you said you had two.
No, my aunt does. I don't.
Oh,
I thought you
said,
when I used to live there, yeah. But like, I don't know. I don't own guns.
But we can talk about rules, regulations. People just go and get around it. That's the problem.
All right,
people
you know what?
And again, we're
going to bury our fucking heads in the sand, and we're going to pretend the fact that we're going to be like,
give
our thoughts and prayers, and be like, oh, you know, this is super fucking unfortunate until the next fucking school shooting, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, let's make a change. Let's let everybody fucking make a change. No, it's never going to fucking happen.
Too. Like, how many people actually vote? Let's put it like this. And we're being serious now because it all starts in politics too. How many people do we actually know vote?
I will say this much though. I don't need to tell you to move closer to the mic because you scream so loud. No, it's fine. I mean, it makes my job easier.
But it's true. Like, you know, we talk about politics.
Yeah, no.
How much do we actually?
But people
vote
don't
for what though? That's the whole fucking
But people
issue.
don't vote for the people vote more for the White House than they do for the local government.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Is the local government's the people that actually make a fucking difference.
Right.
It's not the fucking White House. They're like, oh, Trump versus Biden. Like they're gonna actually fucking what can they do? Send fucking troops in for 60 days.
You got local governments that you have to vote for, that you have to pay attention to.
This is the issue. So imagine working for
Congress.
I'm just saying, like, people only think about Democrat, Republican. You got the White House, and that's it. You got your president. That's the only person you vote for.
Right.
Dude, House of Reps.
The main issue is this, though. It's like, I don't think people see it in this manner where it's like so imagine you work for a major corporation, right? So you work for this corporation right here. And yes, this is the head guy who runs all the businesses you work for, that you work in. this is the guy, right? But every branch that you work for is different than every other branch.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that every boss that you hire for this branch is one that's actually going to dictate what you do inside of it. They set the main laws, but the specific laws are the ones in the branch that you work at. Yeah. People don't understand that that's how the government is as well, that the White House, yes, they have all this, they deal with like global issues. They deal with the whole like other shit. Like, but when it comes to like your specific state, your governor is the one that you're voting. The city, all that. Cuomo mask mandates during COVID. He said that New Yorkers had to wear masks. Guys in Florida, he said, I don't know what a mask looks like. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But we all still in this country, they still have the White House. Why are those different? Because those people voted in that guy who was going to do that. That's not taught enough or spoken about enough. It's like, okay, enough with the fucking on the screen with the red side and the blue side. Why don't you start paying attention to the people in the current area that are going to actually make a difference to you? Because with Trump being in the office or Biden being in the office, every day you still got to work, drive to work, make your sandwich for lunch. Now the question is how the roads are going to be by you. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They don't give a fuck about. Do you think the White House even thinks about the construction going on Main Street? No, they don't care. But the thing is, you gotta get the guys who actually are you vote into office who are going to make those changes. Who are going to take your taxpayer money and put it towards the right things. The White House doesn't do that. No, they take your taxpayer money and they pay more people in that White House, and it's insane.
Exactly right. Because it starts with your city. It starts with where you live. It starts with where you live.
Even like
hopefully, people that live in where the mass shooting happened, they make good decisions, pay attention more. Like, all right, we're gonna fight for this. We're gonna stick our guns on this. We don't want this to happen again. Instead of just saying, hey, we're only paying attention to our fucking president of the United States that really, he don't know fucking town of Walk-Hill.
No. Yeah, but even if he fucking did, he couldn't make a fucking change.
I mean, I'm sure he could do something if he gave a shit. But he doesn't.
You got executive orders that you.
So the gun control. So gun control would be
only go so far.
Yeah. But we're just saying it works with. You gotta go with your city, your state, your town. That's it.
No, exact. But that's what I'm saying. Like, completely agree with you. Like the president of the United States is literally just the figurehead of the United States.
Right. He's the one who talks to Putin.
Exactly. And that's why Trump fucked us so fucking bad. Is because like I was getting texts from like my.
I don't want to get in that conversation, but
no, but like my cousins, I'll get in that conversation all day, fucking every day. My cousins would text me from Ireland, Norway, whatever the fuck it was, and they'd be like, "Holla at your boy," of some stupid fucking shit that he would fucking say, because he's a fucking goddamn idiot. Like it was all just about like social media for him, and that's the problem is that he really couldn't make huge change.
Policy he has done though?
What
move had he done as a president?
Did it get rejected?
No.
See,
this is also another issue we have with politics. We don't actually follow what the president actually does. We only go by what they say on Twitter, what they say on the loudspeaker and stuff.
Dude, they really don't genuinely have.
They do stuff.
Much
I don't know everything that Trump does. But then again, I can't even say what everything that Biden done because it doesn't seem like he done much either. But we pay attention more to their personality now than what they actually do.
It's always
the amount of power that they have compared to the House,
the Senate,
and the Senate is so minuscule. Like you don't even realize. Like for example, we're supposed to. So when I was in the Navy, we couldn't like defame the president. Like that's a whole fucking thing that you can't do. Like
when were you in the Navy? Bad. What years? Was that Obama years?
Dude, it was fucking like 3 months. I was in basic.
Yeah, but who was the president when you were in the Navy? Obama.
No, it was Biden.
No,
yeah.
What? No,
Biden?
Because you. What?
Yeah, it was Biden.
Oh, last year.
Yeah, but I mean, I couldn't even say really.
Was that
like,
no, yeah,
Navy.
Because
I was saying that like I was separated from basic training. So
when did Biden become president? Was it this year or last year?
No, is this his second year right now?
Yeah, so I was.
Okay,
yeah, so that was June, literally a year ago today until September.
So 2020, he became president.
Yeah. And I was, by disclaimer, I wasn't technically in the Navy, if they're watching, even though I technically was in basic training.
You know who watches the show a lot? A lot of Navy recruiters.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Exactly. Anyway, but yeah, like you can't defame like the president or anything like that, but also at the same time, because they do have the power to like send troops in for 60 days. They do.
The president can also pull out of troops from anywhere. They have power, but when it comes to like
president do have power. The problem is
it's
that
not as much.
It's never been. It's never been that we have a Democrat Congress with a Democratic president. Usually, the Congress is always Republican, always. And that's why Trump could do what he did because Congress worked with him.
Well, hold on. He also like appointed those people.
No, but we vote for them. They actually
when he got elected,
which is true. He can appoint, but also at the same time, it's like they don't have as much power as you think that they do. It's more just like a figurehead of like who to call when shit goes wrong.
They can still have they say so.
But who has the ultimate power at the end of the day? Is it Congress? Or sorry, Jesus, the Senate and the House. Yes. You know what I mean?
I was letting you rock. I got you.
Yeah. So
I'm saying the problem is also is that we never have. If you're a Democrat, right, and you have a Democratic president, right, we never have a Democratic Congress. So it's like you got two heads working against each other instead of two heads working with each other.
Now, were you ever military or no?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I got family that was in the military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, because your mom tried to convince me not to go to the military when I did.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, that's a long story. By dad though.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like in general, like they really just don't have as much powers that you think.
Well, because everything has to go through a pecking order. You have all your three branches that you have to go through.
I get it, and then it's a whole process.
But if you got people working against each other, of course,
Well, that's the issue too. Why do I have more bagel options than I do presidential figures?
So no, we actually do. Wait,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
nope. If you vote. You actually have a lot. You got a lot.
You got a lot
options. It's just that nobody's going for them.
My personal.
Oh, let's vote for Jim Butler, who wants to be a communist.
I legit. The person I voted for didn't win,
bro.
And I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Jo Jorgensen because not only did I like her policy, but she was saying some things about the Biden's policies and Trump's policies that I actually was like, those are the problems. But the thing is. They don't get the funding or the actual media attention.
It's red and blue. That's it.
That's what it is. Always. That's what I'm saying. Why do I have? I have all these bagels and no fucking other parties to choose from.
Speaking of bagels, there's a bagel spot that I've been going to that has 11 different cream cheese.
Bro, deadass.
And yet you still get to choose two fucking political figures.
Yep.
It's craziness.
Yep. And that's always how it's going to be too. And that's why I say like America is just like, it's fucked, man. Like it really is.
That's because we have so many different types of people here. And then the thing is like we have our old ideologies that we've hung on to like fucking like white knuckle to keep. Mm-hmm. And then we try to introduce new things that collide with that. And then we're like, why is it going wrong? It's because you should be able to come to this country at any race or religion and feel comfortable. But there's always going to be the morons that don't want you here. And they are allowed to be here too. And that's the point of having a free country is that you allow all these different types of people, stupid and smart, or in between, who have to live in the same communities. And you're never going to find the perfect recipe to make everyone happy. It's impossible.
But there's like, I hate the fucking argument of people being like, oh, America's the fucking greatest because we're the freest fucking country ever. There's like 177 sovereign fucking countries in the entire
but they all have their own issues.
Free,
if you were to go there, you would, the people there would be like,
completely understandable. But like, I'm just saying in the sense that like, we're the most like, and like, you can even ask anybody on the fucking streets and you're like, everybody's fucking struggling, man. Like, this isn't like it's not like a sense of like.
But we're also, we're in a bad time.
Oh, we're in bad times?
Think about that.
I would say the pandemic did really fucked a lot of people.
No, the pandemic fucked New York.
A lot of people.
It fucked California. It fucked Seattle.
I would say more, but I'm just saying.
No,
it sure.
Don't get me wrong, but also those other people didn't fucking believe in it, so they don't think it fucked.
Right now.
Like you talk about Italy. Italy got hit really bad by it. I mean, I'm talking about the United States or just in general.
I was just talking because he said the pandemic fucked us really hard.
Yeah,
okay, so that's
it fucked us. It fucked us bad, but not like other countries got fucked.
It fucked us bad, but then it's like it also created this new wave
because countries dealt with it better.
No, I was gonna say.
But also, like I will say, New York State itself, and I mean under Cuomo and stuff like that. And I used to support him and stuff, and like I don't anymore. obviously, but
because
at the same time,
of the trial that happened with that.
Yeah, not necessarily that, but like the nursing home situation. But also, like, I do understand on his perspective, like, what are you gonna do when there's thousands of fucking dead bodies? What are you gonna do, man?
But that's the thing is like that's to your logic of burying your head in the sand. Like yes, you kind of figure out what to do when it happens, and you have to Monday quarterback that situation afterwards. It happens, and you're like, "Fuck, I messed up. And I need to get better at what we're doing."
But you're also you're in New York City, man. There's millions of fucking people that live there that are fucking dying to death. And you know what fucking killed me? And I will literally never forget this. I remember I moved to Georgia during COVID. And all the I was coaching in Georgia. I was a CrossFit coach, and I will never forget somebody.
No like that. Kidding.
Anyway,
I
digress. So somebody came up to me one time, and they were like, COVID. What a joke, huh?
Yo,
they were like, how many people?
Quick point. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm a little tipsy. I keep reaching for this bottle when I have this bottle over here. Okay. So I might be a little tipsy.
You're tipsy. COVID, what a joke.
Fucking more. Anyway, so somebody comes up to me and, from Georgia, whatever, I'm CrossFit coaching. And they're like, COVID? They're like, what a joke. They were like, I'll never fucking forget this because I lost my goddamn mind. They were like, what does your family have to think about it? And I was like, really? I said, what does my family have to think about it? I said, my mom's an RN in the city. I was like, my friends? I said, I've had 3 of them fucking die from COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody.
I didn't know that,
yeah, I didn't know anybody.
I know a couple of people. I didn't know what I knew, but I knew of them. I didn't know.
I knew of them.
And I was like, so you're going to sit here and talk to me about fucking COVID and you think it's a fucking joke?
Some people.
I was like, think about people that live in between fucking walls of each other. That they just get it. It's a fucking
a lot of people died from the flu, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also too, remember as well, like there's people who go, well, stop talking about COVID. COVID doesn't exist. You just get sick. The people who say that, right?
Because people are fucking ignorant. I was healthy as a fucking horse. I was in the hospital for COVID.
The same people say, hey, stop talking about racism. Racism doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Right? So you got to remember too, people are finding ways to to belittle or like trying to make it seem like it's a smaller.
Well, you know what? It just don't affect their daily life. That's the thing.
That's my point.
That's another thing
these
too.
Other fucking,
we're selfish people. We only care about ourselves.
No, but like these other fucking states and stuff like that, which like really fucking bothered me. Like especially when I lived in Georgia, I lived in South Carolina. They were just like, "Oh, COVID's such a fucking joke," because you guys are fucking spread out. I'm like, you got to think about these people in fucking New York City who are hit so bad because you got like millions of fucking people in this 2 mile square fucking radius.
2 mile?
2 miles square. That's far. Yeah.
No, it's a lot bigger than that.
3 miles, 4 miles. I don't fucking know.
No, I mean you.
But still,
saying
in the
apartment?
same time, the amount of people that live in New York City could cover an entire fucking state.
8 million people.
Exactly.
There's more. Yeah, 8 million people. So
they don't realize that it's like one of those things where like everybody's getting sick. So the people that are like older are getting, iller. The people that have heart problems or overweight getting iller. Even the fucking healthy people like me at the time were getting fucking sick. Like I said before, I was in the hospital for COVID and it fucking sucked. It wasn't a fun fucking time. I'll never forget when I told you too. And you were like, oh, are you all right? And I was like, I'm going to the hospital. You were like, are you dead ass? And I was like, that's literally what you said to me. You were like, are you dead ass?
Oh, yeah.
You go, are you
because
dead ass?
Because I got COVID too.
Yeah, but because you fucking gave it to me.
I don't know what that. I mean, I was fine.
No, because I was at fucking bartending at the time and you FaceTime me and Forehead. And you're like, yo, I got COVID.
Hold on. We
were all hanging out the day before.
Did you put the screen on his forehead so you could see me?
Like, yeah, exactly.
Wait, there's a guy named Forehead?
Well, you met him. He goes to goes. His personality is shitty, but he has a big ass fucking forehead.
Hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Wait, hold on. So why would that make a difference if his personality was shitty?
Well, I'm just saying you know the guy. I'm just not saying his name.
Really? Tell me afterwards.
No, you probably see him all the time at Goju. You can't miss that forehead.
All those motherfuckers got big foreheads because they all take steroids, so their hairline's receding.
All right. We'll talk about that after the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hey, guys.
I digress.
If you take steroids, your hairline's gonna go away, and I know
Well,
you're
this guy does not take steroids.
Jose gave me COVID. Because you fucking go. Dude,
Now,
I'll never forget
did he
that.
give it to you sexually transmitted or just like in passing?
Jose?
No.
It wasn't that.
No. We might went out to we might ate food. That's what it is. Maybe we went to diner.
Dude, we hung out every fucking day at that point. So, I don't know. He just like FaceTimes me.
Yeah, her and the other person were always at my house.
And he's like, hey, so bad news. I got COVID. And I'm like, oh,
yeah, I didn't
shit.
even believe it, too, honestly. I'm like, no fucking way I was like, COVID.
Oh, god damn. So, like, my friend, the manager of the restaurant was like, oh, like, leave, whatever it is. Because we're hanging out with him the day before. Anyway, so we leave or whatever it was, and fucking I go back home, and like 2 days later, I'm like legit suffocating. I'm like I took because my mom's an RN, so she took like my
I just want to point this out though. Chelsea's one of those people I feel like makes herself sick.
Yeah, like
she probably hurt because no way that. I got COVID. I'm like, oh, I'm fine, whatever. And I think she's one of those people that I told. Now that I told her she had COVID, it affected. Because some people you tell them something and then it gets in their brain.
A hypochondriac.
Yes, I think she's one of those.
Jose, when they actually put you on a fucking machine,
I know.
That's when you know that they're.
They put you on a respirator.
When I told her,
they put me on oxygen.
I said respirator.
I was in there for almost like a day.
Bullshit.
I was in there for actually a day. I was in the hospital for like a fucking day.
But no bullshit. Was it like literally?
This one was not me joking though.
I told her I had COVID. She was fine. I told her.
Yeah, but like
she was fine and healthy.
You get sick eventually.
Yeah,
I know.
But Jose, I was throwing up.
I told her 2 days later. She's like, "Yo, I'm fucking in the hospital, dying." I'm like,
Jose,
you serious? Really? You're dying?
When my mom, the RN, says you have to go to the hospital, you have to go to the hospital. She took my like legit oxygen levels and she was like, this is way under. And I'm like, okay, because I couldn't breathe. Like I was literally could not breathe. I was like,
I just kind of want to know, like, let's say if because I know Chelsea personally and I know she's one of those people. I wonder if I would like never told her, like, how would the outcome?
Oh, so you're saying if you didn't tell her what that,
like, I think she would have got, but I don't think it would have been bad. Cause I think she freaked out when I told her.
I never got COVID. I mean, I'll say this much because I know the people are like, well, you probably I don't know if I got it because I didn't show any symptoms. And my ex had it. All my friends got it. I never got it. And it's funny because when my ex had it, I barricaded her in the bedroom. I put a table at the I put a table at the front of the bathroom. I put she had gloves in there. So every time she wanted to leave to go to the bathroom, she had to use the gloves to open the bathroom. I ain't fucking around. I work with so many people, especially the fact that my profession, my job, that I'm in close contact with people. I can't be. My job can't close. So one day she was like, she wasn't sick, but she just couldn't taste or smell. So she was like, can you make me a drink? She used to be a bartender. So she was like, can you make me a tequila mule, which is like a Moscow mule with tequila. Yeah. So
that's really good though.
Yeah, they're really good. So I would go out, I would buy, we were quarantining and I legitimately was like, how many shots do you get in this thing? And she's like 1, 2, maybe 6. I'm like, if you can't taste this tequila, then I know you have COVID. I'm in here playing a video game, and I hear this drunk lady going, so how many shots did you put in this thing? I'm like, oh shit, you really can't taste, can you? Because I'm talking like I did tequila and then just a little bit of ginger.
Oh my.
Yeah, and
you will taste it immediately.
Yeah, but all my friends got it. I never got it, and then I can't even sit there and like relate to anybody when they talk about COVID and the effects it had on them because I don't know.
Man,
and that's
shit.
But you know, fuck you, okay? Fuck you.
Well, you were in the hospital. He felt like shit, and I'm sure I got it. I'm sure if I took the antibody test,
dude, I was first off. If you didn't fucking tell me, regardless, I was literally throwing up on the fucking bathroom floor.
Because you know what it is? I know that some people, their immune system get weaker when they start to freak out and panic and stress out. I feel like you're one of them. It was
a medical fucking thing. Like, I went to the hospital, they said my oxygen levels were low. It wasn't just you thinking in your mind.
maybe it wouldn't have been that bad. I'm just saying.
So
you might have gotten it.
You think that
bad.
You think that like legit like the doctors were like, oh, your oxygen levels were really bad. Like, let me give you some fucking oxygen.
We don't know, Chelsea, because I told you. I'm just saying this might be a look.
So medicine was.
I'm trying to get on your side. But I'm like, wait, you're trying to tell me.
I'm just saying. Look,
so medicine was wrong. Jose was right.
Look,
That's
I'm
exactly
just
what he's saying.
There's a multiverse out there, right?
Oh, here we fucking go. Go ahead.
There's probably a universe where I told you I had COVID, and then there's probably another universe where I did it. And I just want to know what was that side effect.
Either way, I still would have been puking on the bathroom floor.
Who knows?
And not breathing well.
Who knows? Maybe not.
You had food poisoning and didn't know.
That's what it was. So either, you know what, I had food poisoning. I went to the hospital, and they said, hey, my oxygen levels are really bad.
I'm just letting people know that she's one of those people that she freaks out.
Hypochondriac.
Yes.
I am a hypochondriac.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying as we calling you.
She definitely
that was not the situation to be a hypochondriac.
That's his truth. That's his truth.
That's the truth.
That's his truth. That's his, not the truth. His truth.
She thinks she's dying every week. She could have a pain, like a little pain, like right here on the side. She's like, oh, I think my kidney's broken. Like that's her. That's her all the time.
Wrong.
I know it's wrong.
Science.
I'm not a doctor, so I'm just saying that you be like, oh, I got a little pain here. Oh, I'm dying. That's it. It's over. Game over. I'm done. That's her all the time.
All the
time.
Can you just hear my piece on this? When Deb Mack says that it is serious,
your mother's a contract you. Her whole family is weird. They all panic.
Dude, I'm sorry. I was talking about your dad the other day to a buddy of mine.
Oh God, Kerwin,
I was saying he legitimately
guy.
looks like Peter Griffin.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Dude, we make comparisons of him all the fucking time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he does look like Peter Griffin.
He acts like him too, but except without the Boston accent. It's like he's like
the Rhode Island
yeah,
accent.
yeah.
I hate that fucking accent.
The Boston accent?
No, the Rhode Island one.
It's the same fucking shit.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. So my one experience in the South, I was in North Carolina. I like to fly, so very rare times I'm ever in the airport. So this is probably one of the few times I've ever been in one. I was at the airport, and I know I'd flown out of there once, and there was a really cool sports store. Whatever one in North Carolina.
Stern.
There's like a I think there's like a main airport in North Carolina, because I keep the 2 times I've ever flown, I've always ended up at that airport.
Okay.
And I asked one of the guys, so I should have known better because the guy was sweeping, but I was like, hey, there's a sports store here that sells like sports shirts. Like, where is it? Do you know where it's at? He's like, oh, I don't know. Like, are you trying to buy like a football or something like that? I'm like, no, I need like, they have teams on the shirts, like a variety of teams. He goes like you want to play? I'm like, no, like I want to buy my football team's shirt if they got it. And the guy's sitting there trying to like contemplate what's going on. And I'm sitting there like, holy shit, I forgot I'm in the fucking South right now. This guy's legitimately moving like 9 times slower than anybody else.
Cancel culture.
So as fuck that guy, because I'm gonna tell you
he's never going back.
Dude, how this story ends will determine. Wait, listen. So I'm like trying to
hear him out.
I'm trying to hear me out, please. I'm trying to explain to this guy what I'm looking for. Eventually, he goes after like a minute. He's like, I don't know. And then he turns around and asks another guy who's sweeping. He's like, do you, the sports store? And the guy's like, to buy a football? I'm like, do people ask about this store all the time?
Buy a football?
Come to find out, the way that this airport was, the way that this airport is built is that there's a wall, and then there's like another wall like behind this wall, and that wall was the sports store I was talking about that I was 5 feet away from, but because the angle in which I was standing, I couldn't see in there. So I'm talking to these 2 fucking idiots trying to find this sports store. Eventually, the guy goes,
a football.
Eventually, the guy goes. The guy in the back goes, well, why don't you check out that store? I do. My body movement is this. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, dude. And I just
You're welcome. You can get that football now.
All I wanted to do was see if they because I don't know what with this particular store, but like they have like every team, every shirt, hat, like of one of everything. So I wanted to buy some Ram shit. And this guy was stopping me from doing it. At this point,
because he didn't know where the store was. He just swept, man.
But where he was standing,
where
he was standing, if he just did this, he would see the store. And even if it was in the right store, it was in the right direction to find the store I'm trying to find.
Look, he didn't get paid enough to tell you where that store was.
Let me do a TJ right now. Come closer to the mic.
No, he's yelling so loud that I actually have like a ringing in this ear. Like,
I'm deaf in one ear. That's the problem. So it's like,
are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I had cholesteatoma. Basically, like dead skin went over my eardrum, so I had to get surgery.
Is that why you yell so much?
Yeah. I'm partially deaf. Yeah.
I thought you were just Puerto Rican.
Nah.
That's crazy.
I'm actually
Partially. That's racist.
Yeah.
I said to his face, it's not racist. If I say it to your face, it can't be racist.
Yeah.
Can't be racist.
Yeah,
If I say if I make a joke to your face that you like and we have a fun time laughing about it, not racist.
See.
So now, if you had blonde hair and a Starbucks cup in your hand, and you would have said that was racist,
that's racist.
That'd be you.
Yeah.
But you don't have it, so you're fine.
All right, relax. I'm not Nicole.
Yeah, I am partially deaf. That's why it's like, if you hang around me and I'm trying to pay attention to you, I'm going to stand. Like, where we're sitting is perfect because you're on my good ear. If I don't want to hear you, I'm going to sit where Chelsea's at. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly,
like you can speak and I'm like,
to be honest, this was not proper placement. I did not know that was a thing. But the funny thing, too, about that is my Uncle Steve, he ran himself over with a car. And
hold on, time out. What do you mean he ran himself over?
Let's all take a little bit of a second to understand what's going on.
You gotta start from the beginning.
This guy is probably one of my most favorite human beings in the world.
Yeah.
Not only when I was growing up, he married into the family.
Okay.
So his ties to the family is like kind of like whatever he wants. He doesn't show up to a lot of the parties. I'll tell you 2 stories about this guy. And you tell me if it's not the baddest motherfucker you ever met. So he was drinking and driving.
You're Matt Kerwin.
And he was drinking and driving and crashed the car into a light pole, right? Hit the car, boom, right into a light pole. Gets out of the car. So he puts the car into what he thought was park, but actually was neutral. So then as he's getting out of the car, the open door had pushed him over and the car rolled over his neck. Which then fused which then fused his neck straight. So every time you talk to Uncle Steve, he goes,
Oh, so he
can't move his neck. Anytime, and he's such a wise ass. He's such a fucking wise ass that like, if you're talking shit to him, he doesn't hit you with the whole like, what'd you say? He goes, like his whole chest plate moves with his So
I might have to do that at the bar now.
Dude, he's immaculate. That's I lived with that guy for.
What you said to me, son?
Dude, I lived with my Uncle Steve for maybe a year, maybe a little over a year. Greatest time of my life. That guy was he's just real. He says what he wants to say. He doesn't own one piece of. I'm a humongous Rams fan. I own a bunch of jerseys, a bunch of shirts. He's owned one fucking anything. He goes, why? I'm not on the team. Why? He goes, they don't pay my bills. Well, I'm not on the team. I don't even. He'll watch it. But that's it. So then he pretty much like, which man you wearing today? Pretty much. If I came down with a jersey,
Nice.
he's like, what man are you wearing? He's the reason why I don't even wear anybody who's younger than me anymore. Because I mean, I'll wear Cooper Kupp, because go Rams, Super Bowl champs. But like, I won't wear anybody who's like now new because I'm wearing a child's jersey.
Yeah.
What's so funny? I'm gonna watch this later. So then the second story, my great grandmother passes away. Right? It's and the thing is, his wife is my Aunt Maria. Her mother passes away, so we cremate her.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. She was like great.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, I mean, she lived a long life.
Yeah, a long life.
Look, I'm sorry. If you're 80 and above and you die, I don't feel bad.
Oh yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you
lived a long life.
You tapped out, baby girl.
Yeah, that's it. You good. Congratulations.
So my sister Miranda, she was in the last episode. She was like, I forgot how old she was, but she was a little girl, and we were actually like, my grandparents are very religious, very spiritual, so they pretty much like brought us onto like this pier, and each one of us had to like ash out some of the ashes of my great grandmother, to like, as respect for her. That's what she wanted. my Uncle Steve wasn't having it after like the fourth person. So although my grandmother did it, my grandfather did it, her sister did it. And then my little sister got the urn, and my Uncle Steve goes, all right, let's ash it out here. He goes, he's fucking like shaking my sister, like just dumping these ashes into the water. But he took this little girl and goes, all right, well, we're all good here, right? He starts, and then there's still like a line of people waiting on this pier to fucking dump out these ashes. I remember seeing it. And then I was also at my whose funeral was it? I have some great funeral stories.
So many funeral stories.
Hey, well, how old were they?
Wait, can I tell you guys one?
What?
Can I tell you guys a funeral story?
Yeah, after my story, because I'm just in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you just started, but I'll just go fuck myself.
Chelsea, you do that every night.
Fucking, yeah?
No, I don't.
Well, this fucking wrath.
Well, this German wrath.
I will put you in an oven. Sorry.
And you were worried about midgets, and yet you're like,
wow.
Yeah, dropping.
We might have to cut that guy.
Dropping the good old hollow right there.
Cut.
Nah, no free ads. Anyway, so
No.
What was the story you were saying right now? I forgot the fucking story.
Somebody's dying. I don't know.
So all right. So I'm at my. I think it's my grandma's. I think my great grandma's funeral still. I think it's the same time period.
God damn.
I was sitting next to my Uncle Sean.
Died twice.
My uncle. No, that was the aftermath. I was sitting between my Uncle Sean and my Uncle Patrick, and we're at the funeral, and my great grandmother had I forgot how many children she had. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's like four or five children. I forgot. It's my grandparents and my great. So
yeah, I know.
So we're sitting there, and my uncle gets on the stage or on the stage on the where the priest stands, and he's like
podium.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. He's looking over everybody. He goes, I wrote a song for my mother, and he starts like breathing into this flute. He's like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And I'm just watching, and I feel my body start to move because my uncles are like, like trying not to laugh. And I hope they don't hear the story because I know it was a traumatizing time because my great grandmother passed away, their mother passed away. But having them laugh next to me, I start laughing, and my mom's like she does that. My mom does it. She's like.
And that the ass whooping afterwards.
She pushed the air in such a way where I'm like, oh, like it hurt me when she did it. Because
Chelsea wouldn't went to the hospital after that.
You know what? Pancreatitis.
But my mother always whenever she was mad at you, she would always talk to her tooth, and she would stop. And then that's why I knew if I went any further from that point on. Was getting the good old fresh Italian. The whole.
The old Italian.
All right. So, what is your funeral story?
So I don't know how bad this is.
No man.
If you want to cut it, you can cut it.
No free ads. Go ahead.
So it was my grandmother's funeral.
Okay. How old?
I told you about this.
No, but how old she was?
83.
79 or 80.
She just missed the mark.
So pretty much.
She just missed the mark.
79 and a half?
80 the ball. We don't care.
80, we're like.
This was when I was maybe 19 or 20, and like I wasn't drinking at the time. It's crazy. Crazy time. I don't remember that time.
Wow. I wish I knew that.
Crazy.
I was 3 months sober.
From 23 to 27, you'd fucking not believe it. But anyway, so I was like 20 at the time, and she passed away. So my dad and my brother get hammered at her fucking funeral. Hammered. So I'm driving the car because my mom had like a couple drinks. And my dad's like...
Your mom drinks?
She doesn't really, but like once in a blue moon, like once every 2 years. But anyway, so like I'm driving the fucking car. And my dad goes, Kerwin, he goes... Let's go to fucking Dairy Queen. I want to go to Dairy Queen. He's like all depressed about his like mom dying. I'm like, all right, let's go to fucking Dairy Queen, whatever it is. So there's these like, we're like in the line at Dairy Queen. We're like going through the drive-thru. And there's these two, I don't want to generalize, but I don't know if it was like Arabian or
Pakistani.
Any, they were wearing their garments.
They had the turban?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were in their garments, and they were walking.
No, but did they have the turban?
Yes.
That might be Pakistani, yeah.
So my dad, who's in the back seat, rolls down the window, and he goes...
You might have to cut this.
He goes, what are you guys doing here? Don't blow us up!
Yep. Her dad is something else. I'm not surprised.
I'm panicking, and I'm in the front fucking seat, and I'm like, let's just get our ice cream. Let's just fucking go home. Let's just go. Let's just go. Let's just go. Whatever it is. They run across the fucking parking lot. Yeah.
Who does?
Al-Qaeda.
Much different, are we?
I might as well go with it at this point.
So they start running across the parking lot. They get in their car. Finally, we get our ice cream, and we're like,
see, those poor bastards probably thought they were in some serious trouble.
Well, he's a fucking idiot because he's like, don't blow us up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So
they probably
I'm panicking.
got that so many times. They were like, oh my God, we're going to beat up by fucking white, like rednecks.
We were in the car waiting on the fucking line, about to go to goddamn ice cream. So we finally fucking get it, and we start booking it. And my dad's like, go faster. He's fucking hammered. He's like, go faster. Just go fucking faster. So he's like, take a different route. My mom's like, actually, take a different route. Like, look, let's do that. And I'm like, okay. So I do. They followed us. So we stopped.
How's a funeral story? It happened after the funeral.
Yeah, right?
I don't know. He was so depressed.
It's a story that happened after a funeral.
He got so depressed. He got this fucking hammered that this actually happened.
I'll give him the
we
pass.
stop, and it's in the middle of like near Will Kukelka's fucking house. So we stop.
He lived in the boonies too.
Exactly. So we stop, and my dad's like, he goes, stop. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I want to fuck with him. And I'm like, what do you want to do? I don't know anything. I'm fucking 20 years old. I'm like, all right, I stop thinking he fucking knows any better. He doesn't, obviously.
It's your dad.
We stop. They get out of the car. And he goes, he taps the car and he goes, drive off. So I speed the fuck off after they're trying to chase the car out of their car. Anyway, I get back home.
Where's your dad? Wait, did your dad get out of the car and told you to leave, or he just...
He gets out of the car for 2 seconds, opens the door and he shuts it. Comes back in the car, him and DJ, and then drives the fuck off. So I go home. They're circling our house.
Oh my God.
So my mom calls the police. It's me and my mom. Because my mom at that point, she only had a couple margaritas or whatever it was. So she calls the police and she's like, well, they're circling our house. And she told us she told the police the entire conversation. And the police, literally, their exact words were like, well, we'll patrol it, but can you tell your husband please to not do that again?
Right.
What are you gonna fucking do?
What do you think was gonna happen?
I don't.
What do you think was gonna happen?
I didn't think
really,
anything was gonna happen, but I'm just he's so stupid.
No, I'm saying what you think was gonna happen. I'm saying what do you think was gonna happen when your dad said that?
I would fucking chase the vehicle too.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, that's the issue though. Is a lot of these people who I'll be surprised if they actually were from the Middle East. They weren't Indian or some other type of religion that required that. You get that shit all fucking day.
My fucking brain is watching them run across the parking lot to get in their fucking car, and I was just like, there it is.
We do have to end this soon, but I will tell you one more funeral story.
Okay, go.
Are we gonna leave it on a funeral story?
It's a really good story.
All right, cool. I'm cool with that.
So my dad died.
Why is it funny?
Oh, God damn it.
You should be laughing.
No way.
My dad passed away. So my little background, my dad. So he had a lot of he was on the internet talking to a lot of people all the time. I mean, I'm talking just random people he would find online. They would connect.
Tinder and stuff?
No, this was before Tinder. Maybe when Tinder first started. I'm talking Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
He would just friend people online. Then he would talk. My dad was a really good talker. He would talk to anybody and make them feel really good about themselves. And he's one of those guys who could get inside your head.
Okay.
Yeah. Really think about your life. Even though his life was in shambles, he make you think about your life. So my dad passes away and we're having the service, right? So we cremate him. I'm at the funeral home or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, it's funeral home. And my mom and my dad have been separated for I forgot how many years it was, but double-digit years. Let's just say that much. So the first time that my family has been in the same room in forever. So, my my sisters, my younger sister. So just a little background here. So my dad and my mom had my oldest sister, me, and my brother Shane, and then my mom got remarried and had kids with, for my sister Miranda, Carrigan, and my brother Mickey.
Yeah, you got a lot of brothers.
I'm one of 6.
Yeah.
So you can reach for your phone. It's not an AR-15.
Yeah, I mean, I left mine on the counter just in case I got to check on something.
So, so what happened was they showed up, and my younger sister, my younger sibling showed up, and they're kind of like when you're at a funeral and you're the one who's actually like your loved one passed away, you have to stand by the door, and everyone kind of comes up to you, my condolences, my condolences, my condolences. So my sisters, who dress like they wash cars with fucking newspapers, who wear sweatpants all day and they just bum around, these pretty girls are actually wearing like dresses and like for the appropriate occasion. So I go like, oh, like nice to see you guys dressed all nice. So they go and they give us a hug and a kiss and like sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss. My brother Mickey comes up to me and he's wearing a 3-piece suit, right? He's wearing like a legit like I'm from the 1940s mob suit, nice. And he gives me a pound and he pulls me in close to him, and he gets right in my ear and he goes, "I'm the best looking person in this room right now." And
that would be me.
And he walks away.
No,
I'm sorry for your loss. Nothing. He just goes, "I'm the best looking person in the room right now," and then he just walks away.
That is hilarious. Cause I would do that.
Dude, if you
she knows me, I would do that too.
If you don't think I was about to piss myself in laughter, but I'd be the only person laughing at my own father's funeral, so we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So now we all take our. Now it's time for us to start having this little speech thing, right? This woman shows up. I've never met her before in my life. I have no idea who she is. But she comes in and she's crying. And now she's hanging on my aunt. And my aunt's looking at me like, who the fuck is this? And I go, I don't know. My mom's there, mindless. So I'm going to say, my mother is here. Just so you have an idea that this woman is at this funeral. And apparently my dad was talking to this girl that he had gone to school with. And she was into him and she was into him. My dad died when he was like 745 pounds or something like that. Like he was a big guy, so like there was no he just that's how good he was with his words that he was able to be that size and still pull in women, right? So,
fans, when was the last time you guys seen his dick? I'm just saying,
like, a long time ago.
What? I'm just saying, at 750 pounds, you're not seeing that.
By the mic,
you're not seeing that at 750 pounds.
Don't repeat it closer to the mic. So anyway, apparently he was talking to this woman and they were like supposed to start dating at some point when he got out of the hospital and all this other thing. So, so where you sit down in the funeral, if you're part of the family, is you sit in the front row. She takes a seat right next to my grandmother, my dad's mom, and my oldest sister has to take like 4 rows back because of this, right? And my sister's pissed because she's going to make a scene, but this woman had this random chick that we've never met before now has sat the front row where she's supposed to be sitting. So my girl, or my ex, she's like, don't say anything. She's like, hit my leg, like, don't say anything. I'm like, I'm having a great time watching all this unravel in front of me. Now they open, the priest says his bit, and then he opens up to the family to come say the words. My cousin Liam says something beautiful. My other cousin says something beautiful. This woman now comes up with a 4-page handwritten loose leaf paper speech, right? And she starts going off about like, I knew Jay back when we were in high school, and I wish that he used to look at me all the time, and I always thought he was a weird guy looking at me. But I see his beautiful children, and I always wonder what it would have been like if him and I had a thing. I'm going, my mother is in the crowd right now, and my ex is like, if you turn around, I'm gonna kill you, because I'm like wanting to see my mom's face during the speech.
Yeah.
Because I know she's probably like, my mom used to date my mom dated my dad in high school. So she's talking about this woman had now the balls to show up, say, I want to.
Yo, that's spicy right there.
Spicy, my dude. Yeah, and she had the balls to legitimately say, I see Jay and his children now, and I wonder what it could have been.
Yeah.
And I know my mother's probably fucking just like sucking her teeth, like super like fucking Sicilian. And So she has this whole speech, very very nice speech. Like, it's very spoke very highly.
4 pages. It gotta be beautiful.
She didn't get to the 4 pages. She was like 1.5. She says very nice things about my dad and what kind of influence he was on her and how beautiful we were and how good looking I was. I heard it. That's all I heard. That's all I heard.
Keynotes.
Yeah. So after we're all said and done, the last prayer was said, we all get up and then we start mingling again. And people now know, because my dad talked to so many people that so many random people showed up and did not know I was his son. They were just showing up to pay respect to him. They didn't know who I was. So when they found out that I was his son, that more people came up to me and started saying like, your father was such a good man. I talked to him on the computer all the time. Is another thing. I was saying my dad was such an in-house introvert. Yeah. He was introverted because of his weight, but extroverted because of his personality. So whenever people came up to me and they were talking to me about my dad, it was people that he had met. And I thought that maybe like 10 people were going to show up to his funeral. This thing was packed. It was like Walmart at Black Friday. And I was like, Jesus Christ, who the fuck are these people? Thank you. No free ads, by the way. Anyway, so then my mother comes up to me and she's doing the whole like, how you doing? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, are you okay? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't hold it in anymore. My mom is legitimately like she's about to be in tears because her ex-husband has passed away. The father of her children passed away, and I just couldn't hold it in. I was like, I'm okay. Did you meet my new stepmom? My mom like that was like, she looked at me. She goes, who the fuck was that? Like no longer upset. She was just like, who is this bitch who showed up, started talking about my kids, my ex-husband, about having, what it could have been with her. She was just like legitimately like in her face. She was like, who the fuck is this lady? And I'm trying not to laugh. Like my brother and now my mother, I'm like, I need to leave this funeral before I make a scene because I'm starting laughing. So, so that was my dad's funeral.
Nice.
How uncomfortable are you right now? Yeah. So
seems like a fun time.
I think we're about almost 2 hours in, so we probably should call this a night.
Oh damn, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I apprite both coming out. It was a good time.
It was a good time. I'm a little tipsy, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
no,
need
it's
some food in my system.
Yeah. I'm not sure what time it is, but I'm sure you can probably find something. Oh yeah, this whole place is like a million chain restaurants, so you can find something if you need.
Yeah, I'll find something.
But all right, anything else you want to add, or are you good?
Fuck pigeons.
Yo, fuck pigeons. They're like the rats of the street, bro. Fuck the motherfuckers.
Well,
that's how I'm leaving this podcast.
Chelsea the Pigeon Queen. How's that sound?
Pigeon killer, but okay.
All right. Thank you.